Hi everyone, Greg Marchand here. Welcome to another episode of the Virtual Instructor-Led Training Program brought to you by the Service Sales Academy. In this episode, I want to talk about how customers make appointments to come visit your shop. We're all really busy today, right? It's 2019 as we record this, and our lives are different than they used to be 20 years ago or even 10 years ago. And I find sometimes that if I got to make one more phone call or stop in somewhere one more time or answer one more email, one more text even, it can feel like too much. And so I don't do it. I also find that when I'm looking for a product, whatever it might be, I'm looking for the easiest way to acquire the product. And for me in the business that I'm in and the travel that I do, I'm an Amazon junkie, right? Because if I think of something, oh shoot, I meant to get that, and I'm sitting in a hotel room or an airport or driving down the road in some highway in New Mexico, I can order whatever that is on Amazon and have it sitting at my office when I get back. And so the convenience thing really becomes a big deal to me. And to the point where I feel like if an organization doesn't make it easy for me to do business with them, I don't want to do it. For instance, a few minutes ago, I get a phone call while I'm shooting video from a company that I ordered something from. Now, it's great that they called me because they had a legitimate question and they wanted to make sure I got the product when I needed the product. But now I'm worried as I shoot this video that, hey, they're not going to ship this thing to me and I won't have it on time because I got to call them back now. Oh, good Lord. Just send it when I ask for it to be sent. Don't worry about anything else. Don't overthink this. The point here is we're busy and it doesn't take much to not do business with somebody. In the automotive service industry, the thing that worries me with the service industry is that we tend to be stuck in the past and we tend to be control freaks. And that comes down to our appointment calendar too. How do we expect customers to make appointments? Yep, we expect them to call us. Good Lord, I don't want to call. I really don't want to call because I know what's going to happen if I call. Oh, and by the way, the shop I would call is a client of mine, and I don't want to call. How bad's that, right? I'm going to call in. I'm going to get the receptionist. She's going to have to forward me to the whoever it might be, and they're really crazy busy right now. And so I'll probably be put on hold, and then I'll be given a hard time because, geez, you know what? You couldn't have done this when you were in last week, and blah, blah, blah. And it's going to be a 10-minute conversation. I don't want that. Why do we want customers to call us? Because we want absolute control over the schedule. Why do we want absolute control over the schedule? Because we have a fear of having too much work coming in at once. Part of it is a control freak thing too, honestly. We don't want any schedule conflicts, none. Because life's chaos enough in the shop. I understand that. But what does it mean? What does it actually mean? Separate yourself from all of that. And let's think about what does it mean to us as an organization that we have to have customers call on the phone to make an appointment. It means we have to have a schedule everyone can see. Okay, that's not unreasonable. We've got to have someone to answer the phone. Okay, that's not unreasonable. We're all here and we all have phones. The phone's going to ring more. Yup, phone will ring more. Customers have to call during business hours or they're going to leave voicemail. And if they leave voicemail, the number of voicemails is going to increase. And if the number of voicemails increase, the amount of work that you have to do first thing in the morning is going to increase. Oh, and if you can't answer the phone because there's so much volume, the phone calls coming in between parts vendors and customers calling back about invoices, estimates, cars, work in process, whatever it might be, we got to let more go to voicemail because we can't answer all these phones. Oh, and the more the phones ring, the more I got to answer the phones, the less time I have to do this work and that work. And the reality is we're fighting ourselves, folks. We make it less convenient for us and for the customers. I don't get it. All because we're afraid to double book or give up control over the schedule. And you're going, yep, that's right, because I will not let my guys and girls double book anything. And no, if we give up control over the schedule, Greg, and we hand that over to the we're done. Okay. Why can't we find a different solution? I mean, there's got to be a better way, isn't there? If customers want to call us, great. We have phones, we'll answer the phones. We're perfectly good at doing that. But what if they want to make an appointment online? What if I don't want to call you? What if it's quicker and easier for me and less painful for me if I pull out my cell phone, I pull up your shop on an app or your website, and I make an appointment? I'd rather do it that way. Would you rather call an airline to book a plane ticket, or would you rather go online and do it? How about a hotel reservation? Some of you were saying, I'd rather pick up the phone and call, and you represent a certain segment of our customer base. Some of you going, dude, if I can't do it online, I don't want to do it. And you represent a certain portion of our customer base. What if you could reduce the number of phone calls into the shop? What if you gave those people that don't want to pick up the phone a way of making appointments so they didn't have to call you, and you reduce the number of phone calls coming into the shop? Could you get more work done? What if you could reduce that service counter workload? Could you get more work done? Yeah, you could. Would you feel better at the end of the day? Maybe. Not so stressed, not so hassled. Yep, you probably would. I mean, look, there's a lot of people out there that do it other ways. The big problem is we guard our schedules for good reason. I understand that. Being too busy can be worse than not being busy at all. Service management systems, this is my pet peeve, service management systems in our part of the industry do not really allow customers to schedule themselves. Some are trying to. I mean, there's some better ones out there now, but they're new, and we're probably not going to change right now. So 20 years from now, this may not be a problem, but this is 2019, not 20 years from now. So we got a problem, but we need to change. For our sake and the customer's sake, we need to change it. Look outside the box. I know it's scary, but let's step outside our little box for a minute. Folks, scheduling software does exist, and it works well. I see it on a daily basis. Businesses I contact, people I contact, they'll send me back a little widget saying, hey, pick a date and time. Okay, I can do that. Customers are getting used to scheduling events electronically in almost every aspect of life outside of automotive service. So why can't we adapt our systems to give them a way to do it for us? Maybe it'll even work for us. I mean, look, there's possibilities out there. The simplest and not so perfect is email. Listen, you want to make an appointment? Shoot me an email. I'll get back to you with a choice of times and days. All right. Takes a little more time. Not as quick as picking up a phone. I get it. Not as convenient, but maybe it'll work for me. I think a better way is using third-party scheduling software that's linked to your website. And there's some really, really good scheduling software out there that's inexpensive and would work for you. More better? Scheduling software linked to your shop's app. I like the app idea. I really do. You need an app, by the way. You need an app. Who doesn't have an app these days? You. Get an app built. I think the best possibility here is a service management system that allows scheduling by customers. That's what I really want. That would be my Valhalla. That's where I want to be. Look, email we all have. The good of the email is that it allows customers to email a request for an appointment. The not so good is that, yes, you can still double book appointments sometimes or set expectations that are not realistic if there's not good communication there. It requires someone to check emails on a regular basis in order to keep the schedule up to date. You can't let that email go for 4, 5, 6 hours. Not that anybody does that. You know you do. So email, I'm not crazy about. Website, the good thing with website is you get third-party software linked to your website. It will allow the customer to schedule their own appointments without conflict. And some of the scheduling software is as complex as you want it to be. You can have any operation you want in there. Customers can pick it, or it can figure out roughly how much time. It's Anybody can see it. It's web-based. You can schedule on your phone, you schedule on your computer. You can see it anywhere you are in the world. There's some really, really good software out there. The not so good, the pushback I get, the bad here, is the system stands apart from your regular SMS. So it's another piece of software you have to have. Some shops are okay with that. I might say to you, look, the thing that might bother me is I don't mind the third-party software because we all have computer terminals, and as long as it works, that's great. If it works even better, that's even more awesome. But are customers using my website now? Maybe I understand my website traffic, maybe I don't. Are they using it now? If they're not, I got to market our website. I got to get them in the habit of using it so I reduce my phone call number, my phone call volume. Customers may not be thinking of my website. They may not even think of making an appointment through my website because I trained them to call me. Okay? So third-party software is really, really good. Linking it to the website is okay if we can market the website and teach our customers, hey, here's a great way of making an appointment. Over time, it'll work. I really, really would like to see you build an app. See, the good for an app to me is that it keeps customers directly tied to you. They don't, very little now today, if you hadn't noticed, look at your own search habits, you don't type the web address in. You Google something, or you Bing something, or whatever the other one is. So if I do that, if I Google your shop, and somebody else has better SEO than you do, and they come up as a sponsored ad or somehow higher in the rankings than you do, ooh, what are those guys? Oh, they do this too? Huh, wonder what that is. I don't want that. We're really used to apps now, right? I mean, look how many apps you have on your phone or your tablet. You got a lot of them. Most you don't need or use, but you got a whole bunch of them. If I have an app from my shop, that's them right there, boom. And I can make an appointment through that app, and that third-party scheduling software will allow you to do that. I don't get exposed to anybody else's marketing. I'm tied directly to you, and you made my life easy. But not so good. You probably don't have an app. It still requires that standalone system, but I don't see that as a big problem. I really don't. The service management system that allows for scheduling combines everything, allows customers to schedule, reduces my workload, everything's in one place. There aren't very many that exist. The ones that do exist are not mature yet. They are cloud-based. There's good and bad to that. I don't mind it, but some shops don't like it. The biggest problem with this is that you're not likely to change your service management system. It's too scary. It's really hard to get a shop to go from one SMS to another one when they've both been around for 40 years. It's scary. I know it. My customers are in there. What happens if I lose the data? For you to go from what you got now to a new one just to allow customers to come on board with scheduling appointments, it's not likely to happen. It just isn't. So, look, why am I even bothering to talk about this? You're busy, your customers are busy. If you get busier, you got to have more people to answer your phones. And people to answer the phones are expensive. And sometimes they're hard to find. I'm not talking just about answering the phones, because who answers the phones in your shop? Probably your service advisors, unless you're lucky enough to have some sort of admin or a receptionist. But even at that point, sometimes your phone system's going to get overwhelmed. And your service advisors are busy to begin with, dealing with all the repair orders and all the stuff that makes you money, and then the phone starts ringing and it pulls them away, and you wonder why stuff happens. Workflow is the number one reason for pushing customer appointments into the future. If I get crazy busy on the service counter and the phones are ringing off the hook, I don't want to be any busier. So I don't care if I can get you in here today. I'm going to tell you tomorrow. Or I'm going to tell you next week. Because I can put it out. I can push it out over there. So it's over there. I'm doing it today. It's over there. You should be all about customer convenience while making things more convenient for you. It's the best of both worlds, folks. In my opinion, your best solution, changing the service management system is way too scary. Don't do it. Add a third-party scheduling system. I'm not here to promote any one of them. I have one that I like. If you want to call me, I'll be happy to tell you about it. You do some research yourself. See what third-party scheduling systems are out there that you like. Get demos from them. Tell them what you do, how you do it. You'd be amazed at what they can do today. Oh, and by the way, get an app created. Convenience is everything for customers especially. You're a customer, you feel the convenience thing. When you're at the shop, you don't think of yourself as a customer. You are. And look, you're not going to stop taking appointments. We don't want everybody showing up at our door. But you want your shop to grow. You want your shop to get busier. And if you're lucky, it already is. And it's going to be in the future. I promise you that. You can't hire more people. Hiring people is hard right now, right? It's crazy hard right now. January of 2019. It's hard to hire anybody. It's expensive too. So we need to change the way we do things. I know change is hard, but we got to do it. A separate scheduling system might seem redundant because, hey, I already got a scheduler in my SMS. But if a separate scheduling system allows my customers to schedule their own appointments and reduces the number of phone calls and makes my workflow faster and easier, and it provides convenience for everybody, yeah, I'll do it. We're not talking a lot of money here. You use a lot of standalone systems already. You didn't think twice about an electronic inspection system that added to your SMS, because the one your SMS had, that one wasn't so good. But that third-party one was really good, so I'm gonna add that one in here. Okay? So consider adding a standalone scheduling system. Look into it. Look into standalone appointment system. If you want to have a conversation with me, call me, shoot me an email, shoot me a text. We'll talk about it. Find one you think you like. Ask for a demo. Include everyone who currently makes appointments. Let them sit in on the demo. Let them try it out. Let's see. Stay positive about it. Consider how this might help before you start playing yeah, but, or what if. Think outside the box a little bit. Give it a shot. It might change things for the positive for you. Go find an app company, and I've got one in mind that I use. Call me if you want to know. Contact the app company. They do a lot of automotive shop apps. And ask about creating an app for your shop. It's not crazy expensive. And the monthly fee is not crazy expensive. And you can do some really cool stuff with apps now. You can actually sign repair orders remotely even. That app provides a direct customer link. It's something you should probably have anyway. And if you provide that app, if you build the app and provide it to your customers, you can provide targeted marketing to them. You can provide real-time coupons to them. You can provide custom coupons to them. You can use it as a communication tool. And they can make appointments with you and not ever think about any other shop. I think you need to do this. I really do. Customer appointments are inconvenient to us and to them. In the world that is 2019, you've got to have the ability to make appointments outside of business hours. Legitimate appointments without all this rigmarole. Yeah, I can send you a text at midnight, but then you gotta text me back or email me back in the morning or call me back in the morning, and then we gotta play phone tag. It doesn't work. Give me the ability to make an appointment electronically outside of your business hours. Take the first step. Call me, let's talk about it. Okay? Think about it. Get outside the box in 2019 and go make it easy for your customers to schedule appointments and easier for the workflow in your service counter. Keep up the great work and never stop learning.